the law.
Yes.
An old man like this doesn't know the law.
Yes.
You don't know the law.
Yes.
I'll give you a petition. I have petition against her. Nonsense. Nonsense. Why is it when it comes to my case, they turn the law upside down? They turn the law upside down. Upside down. Upside down. The rules. Who are not educated. I am an educated man. I can't show them the petition for the simple reason that if you show it,
what the judge said was that the case file.
Listen, this is the laws of Nigeria. The prosecution, and this court doesn't know the law. That is the fact.
Yes.
Poor knowledge of the law is killing Nigeria. Poor knowledge of the law, they don't know the law. This is a federal gazetted law of Nigeria that says here that the chief judge of Nigeria cannot tell Binta Nyako what to do. It's here. It's your law. Just obey it. That is why I do what I do. I agitate for Biafra. I agitate for Biafra by right to agitate. My right. They turned it from treasonable felony now to terrorism. Stop talking when I'm talking.
Breaking news, breaking news. My people, how on a day? I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending from where you listen to the sound of my voice. This is the Biafra Superstars Media. Fellow Biafrans, we told you that it is coming. Today as we speak, America, God's own country, has placed sanction on Nigerian zoo judges. Those that think they can stifle upon the rule of law. Those that turn a blind eyes when their politicians are doing nepotism and the rest. Those that collude with their politicians. Those that bend the rule of law. Today, Donald Trump's government have threatened to sanction the corrupt judges in Nigeria and other nations. Let it sink into those who think they are above the law. Justice James Omotosho, Binta Nyako. In the case of NNAMDI Kanu, we saw what you all did. We saw how you guys trampled upon the rule of law. We saw how you guys supported Nigeria that committed an international crime, a big crime internationally, kidnapping somebody from Kenya, and somehow you saw the onus, the right for you to try that person. You allowed Nigeria to gain from their crime. International kidnapping from Kenya. Today there is kidnapping in Nigeria because the sins of the father has come to the son. The sin of your government has come to visit the people of Nigeria. Today, kidnapping is now the order of the day in Nigeria because you guys, you condone it. So America is coming to wave that sledgehammer. They will hit the gavel on Nigeria and all their corrupt justices. Fellow Biafran, just last week I told you there was a petition placed by Trump and you guys thought I was joking. I told you guys how even 2 witnesses came from America to witness the case and proceedings of NNAMDI Kanu in court. I played that video where NNAMDI Kanu said he has a petition, but he won't show it out to the Nigerian press. We thank God he didn't do it, because they would have gone to sabotage it. I only spilled it out when I knew the time was right. And today, America has risen up. So ignore the naysayers, those who are speaking ill about the Biafrans. We are going home. All we need is time to implement Biafra in Biafra land. Nigeria is down. Nigerian judicial system is down. Nigerian government is down. Even the Nigerian judiciary are going down. Justice James Omotosho, you chose to take the route of Bianca Nyako. You came and you proclaimed, oh, this trial will be an expedited trial, a very quick one. You won't waste time. And at first, you were fixing dates. Within days, you were fixing dates. Until you allowed so-called witnesses, someone coming to witness a crime, to put on a mask. And for the first time in the history of that so-called Nigeria, we saw witnesses wearing masks. Witness AAA, BBB, CCC, and DDD. First time in history, when it comes to a Biafran man, the game is always different. First time in history of that so-called Nigeria. And you think you guys can break the law? You think you can bend the law? You claim you studied law. You are a graduate of law. And for your crony criminal politicians, you were happy to bend the law. Today, America got some country that believes in the rule of law. They've stepped in. And Justice James Omotosho, Binta Nyako, and the rest of them, even those in Africa doing the same, they will pay. They will be sanctioned. They will pay the ultimate price. They will lose their licenses because they are criminals. Bunch of criminals. How can you make a case and you were able to fix a very far deferred case to make a judgment? You've heard the case. Even a common man, a layman, when you hear their so-called petition, you know they have no case against NNAMDI Kanu. But they feel it was okay to do more impunity and leave that man in detention up till October, 10th of October. And before you know it, you'll come with a new razzmatazz. Oh, okay. From your findings, this man has a case to answer. And before you know it, NNAMDI Kanu will be there till 2026, 2027, before you criminal politicians and your cronies will now use him as a bargain chip. America, we thank you. God's own country, we thank you. Donald Trump, we thank you. To the government of America, we thank you for doing what's right. Rise to the occasion. That's the prayer we've been praying. That's been the cry we've been crying. And today, America has listened. God's own country has listened to us. Africa is a criminal, and in fact, the whole continent now has been criminalized by these criminals. AU is a crime scene. The so-called African Union is a crime scene. America, hurry to the aid of the Biafrans. We are the only ones that can stop this nonsense happening in Africa. This terrorism that is being, imported from Africa and exported to the whole world. We, the Biafrans, can stand as your army in Africa and solve this nonsense once and for all. We have the men. We have the capability. We have the technical know-how. All we need is the hardware. All we need is the military gadgets, the ammunition to do what is right. And we shall nip this nonsense so-called terrorism in the bud. Give the Biafra the chance to rule themselves, and we shall become the police of Africa against terrorists and criminal countries. America, we thank you for doing what is right. And we hope going forward, this will be the beginning of a new dawn. Binta Nyako, good riddance. You made sure this case of NNAMDI Kanu from 2015, you delayed and delayed, even when they went to his house to kill him. You still pretended not to see what happened. He was kidnapped from Kenya, brought to your court. Binta Nyako, a man kidnapped from Kenya, was brought to your court without any legal representatives. And you still signed and sanctioned for him to be held by the DSS without his lawyers in presence. What manner of nonsense is that? Nigeria brought somebody to your court without no legal representatives. And you sanctioned for him to be held in custody in the DSS dungeon. Hi, God have mercy. May God have mercy on your soul. Pintanyaku, may the good God have mercy on your soul. You claim to be a judge, and a Nigerian entity brought somebody they kidnapped from Kenya, a man on holiday in Kenya. A man that went to Kenya with a British passport was kidnapped in Kenya, brought to Nigeria by the Nigerian government. They brought him to your court and you refused to ask questions. Where did this man come from? How did you get him? Last time I heard in the media, this man was out of the country. How did you get him? I can't deal with this case until I hear from the legal team of this man. But no, you waved the life of somebody away. Justice Bintanyako, your days are coming. Your time is coming. Today, the idiot that came and did the kidnap, he is no more. A man died twice. Buhari died twice. Your own time is coming. And to Justice James Omotosho, we wonder why you took this case, because we keep saying, whenever the Biafrans are ready to break away from Nigeria, when we know the enemy, we know the Fulani cabal, they are the ones coming to Islamize us. When we know the enemy, when we are working towards freeing ourselves, again, the Yoruba man will step in. Awolo was stepped in. Now, Justice James Omotosho has stepped in to help the caliphate. I keep asking myself, why is this happening over and over again? Is this a deja vu? Why is it that whenever we are about to break free, the Yoruba man will step in to do the works of the caliphate? To the Yorubas, you see, I understand when we are worried and scared of the Igbos. You say the Igbos have come to steal your land. No. You are speaking out of guilty conscience. You are guilt, the guilt in your heart. You know what your people did to us and what your people are still doing to us. You are speaking from a guilty mind, because deep inside, you know we the Biafrans, we have done nothing but love you guys. We've been there for you. From the days of Ojukwu, we're there for you. When Gowon was speaking about the northern military still being in the presence of the southwest, Ojukwu said it's unfair. If my eastern military are being sent back to the east, allow the west or the southwest to protect themselves. We've been there. We've been an advocate for you guys. And Gowon said no, that the northern military must be in Yoruba land. But every time we are about to break free, unfortunately, your politicians, they step inside of the caliphate every time. And I ask myself, why? So keep on saying, no, the Igbos are the problem. They've come to steal your land. No, you are speaking from a guilt mind. You know deep inside, the Igbos have done nothing to you guys. Every land we own in Lagos, we paid for it. Every house we built in Lagos, we paid for it. Every businesses we built in Lagos, we paid for it, and we're still paying tax for it. So sometimes it beats my imagination when you speak that way. Today, in our quest to free ourselves from Nigeria again, your brother, Justice James Omotosho, is now doing the unthinkable. But we thank God, America has stepped in. And this is the beginning of the end of Nigeria. But there will be some casualties. There will be some casualties. And James Omotosho will be one of them. I rest my case. To the Yorubas, we love you. We have nothing against you guys. But I know when you see your politicians act this way, when you see them come around breaking homes of people in Lagos, those who were born in Lagos, they break their homes with tribalism. I know deep inside you feel worried that, wow, not on our name, we're responsible, but deep inside, you feel that guilt. Hence you see the Igbos, they have come to steal your land. Steal what in your land? Steal what in your land? Give us the seaport and you will see the way things will transform in Biafra land. That's why the government said, no, there will be no seaports. Oh my God, you guys want to be great and there is one functioning seaport in your zoo country. But around the whole world, the great countries out there, they have at least a minimum of 4 to 5 seaports. But tribalism has eaten you guys deep. To hell with Nigeria and to hell with their politics. We the Biafrans, we are gone. So we are saying thank you to America. Thank you to Donald Trump for doing what is right. The sanction will step in and before your eyes, you will all see it. I rest my case. For those that have ears, let them hear. For those that have ears, let them hear. Yeah, check me out. Superstars Media. Lord Lugard, Bloomington, Lord Lugard, and it's Wild Flora Show. 1914 amalgamation is what we dying for. 3 nations to 1 nation, ever since annihilation. Nepotism is nonsense. You and you, clap your hands. Biafra gonna come, clap your hands. Biafra, Odudua, we're free now. Freedom is gonna come, we're free now. Yeah.